Hello everyone, so back at the Irving Park, and yeah, I'm just gonna flip it around here, and I'm back. So, I've got my new gimbal here. I talked about this a little while ago, and I actually found one on Amazon, on Facebook Marketplace, so I'm gonna put it to use today. I actually tried to record a video yesterday with it, and it did not work out well. I had to delete the whole file, so hopefully, I think I've solved the problem. Pretty sure I have. We're gonna find out once I get home and try to edit this. So, what do I have to talk about today? Well, I'm going to continue on the video I made this morning where it's about the treasure. See, there's many people that when it comes to spirituality, they have this kind of like attitude about what is it worth? Why even get into such a thing? And for a while I was actually one of them. I did not believe that there was much use for spirituality. But that was a time when I confused spirituality with religion. Oh, excuse me, I had a mosquito after me. So yeah, it's a long time ago, I did not have the most optimistic view on religion. It still is probably pretty close to the same case now. I am not a fan of religion, and yeah, spirituality though. Spirituality in a sense is more developing, where it doesn't submit to one specific religion. It basically is about finding our own way. And that way is to find out who we are. That's I think the biggest thing when it comes to spirituality is, to me anyways, is to find out, to know thyself. Who are we? Are we simply this body? So in my case, am I just simply Marcel? Or am I much more than that? Am I these trees right in front of me? Am I the birds that are singing? Am I the squirrel that's jumping from tree to tree? And most people, when they really start getting deep in spirituality, they start realizing that, yes, this is all of us. That we are all of this. Talk about squirrels, there was one right there. I don't think you can see it. But, yeah, so to find out who we are and to realize that we're all of this. Every single bit. You're the sun, you're the moon, you're the waters, the air, all this beauty. And me, I call this beauty a treasure because I find it so amazing. All this life is just so beautiful. And of course, there's some times that I, like everyone else, start focusing on, let's say, what we call the parasites or the narcissists in control. I'm not going to call them powerful. They're not. They use force. They don't use their inherent power. They're brutal. So, anyways, even that, I need to transform that belief that they're just simply brutal and it's not part of this beauty. I need to have that mental transmutation, that alchemical process where I transform a negative into a positive. And that is a big, big part of spirituality as well. So never forget your power to transform things. We transform a tree into a house. We transform a voice into a song. And we do that in so many different ways. Look at this. Look at this. Okay. This is why summertime is my time. I'm just going to go outside of the road. There's a car coming. These are apple trees maybe, or maybe not. I think these here are the willows. So, to find out who we are and to realize that we are in fact a treasure. We're much more than just simply a treasure. I say it like this, that we are the treasure chest, we are the lock, we are the key, and we're the treasure that's found within. And happy are those that realize that we are that treasure. It is a very, very deep realization. And it really transforms our whole life when you shift your perception of things like that. So before, maybe we see things that poor little old me, and then through a powerful realization or powerful experience, we totally transform how we see things. And then because we shift how we see things, we shift how we feel about things. So things that might before have troubled us no longer does. And then we see how powerful our perceptions are. So perhaps somebody would see this right here in front of me, and they would say, man, what an ugly tree. That's not how I see it, but it's a legit perception. Not everybody loves that tree. That is the kingdom of heaven, where all possibilities exist simultaneously, and all it is different ways of seeing things. So I'm wondering how can you transform the way you see things so you can see yourself as a treasure? What realization or what experience might make you shift the way that you see that, how you see yourself, how you see the world, how you see others. And I want you to just never discount any possibilities, that all possibilities exist. Everything exists. If you can imagine it, it exists. And this totality exists a kingdom of heaven. And as the Gospel of Thomas says, the kingdom of heaven is within each and every one of us. All it takes is a shift, and then we shift into that reality. I'm gonna just go to the next step here, because now I don't have my tripod. And because I don't have my tripod, I'm gonna have to hold my gimbal, and I don't want to hold the gimbal up in the air over my head while I'm sitting on a bench. I'm probably tired, first of all. Second of all, my armpits might smell. But no, I don't want to do that. So I'm going to go to the next bench, make myself comfortable, and you'll have a better view. Because at the other spot, you need to have a tripod to lift it up a little bit so you don't have just a bunch of trees in the way. So I'm about to just go here, and I've got something written about this. So I want you to just keep in mind that you are the treasure, you are the lock, you're the key. And if you can connect with that reality, then all possibilities open up to you. So look at this. Oh. Yesterday I was here, and I was actually smelling some burnt wood, and I was wondering if there was a fire close. It wasn't close, it was just in front of me. I didn't realize that until I took my sunglasses out. And so now I'm just going to get a piece of paper that I have some stuff written about this treasure that you are. How that we can get to the point where we not only know we are this treasure, but we embody this treasure. Alright, so I'm going to start with this here. Facing your fears. Your fears are preventing your dreams from becoming a reality. Every day, your fears are operating in the background of your mind, stopping you from doing what you want to do deep down inside. Fear of rejection, fear of failure or success, fear of your own power. Fears, they preoccupy our minds. They prevent us from thinking and seeing clearly. Every day this fear creates anxiety, anger, frustration, and etc. And it drains our valuable energy. But if we face our fears, we will eventually free ourselves. And instead of suppressing our emotions, we feel these emotions. Then we start to experience the beliefs that are behind our fears. And I remember when I was young, I was scared of a guy named Joe Duaron. He was a big, big man with a big, big voice. And for a long time, I didn't even know why I was scared of him. I was terrified of him, not just scared, terrified. Every time I would see him at the old farm, I would run home. And until one day, I was probably close to my teens, maybe 12. I asked somebody, why am I so afraid of him? And then he told me that when I was young, one day I went behind my grandfather's house and I started peeing, and he caught me and he yelled, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I got so scared that I just pulled up my pants and ran home. And that's why I was scared of him. And when I heard that story, I started laughing, because I realized it was a very silly reason to be scared of someone. And then I was free of that fear, because I realized it was an irrational fear. And I want you free as well. I want you free from fear, from doubt, from anxiety and regret. Because I realize that your freedom is my freedom, that your healing is my healing. And on the other side of your fear, there's a brand new life. There's a brand new you. There's a new way of seeing and being. Your insecurities turn into confidence because you know yourself. And because you know yourself, you become free. The next step after freedom is to embody that freedom. Simply be who you are completely. So face your shadow. Put the spotlight of awareness to dissolve this fear and to transform that fear into liberation. On the other side of the fear is total freedom, where we are free to be ourselves. There is no need for the approval of others. And if we do require the approval of others, this approval can be taken away. And what happens after? What happens to yourself? Your sense of self-worth is gone. But if your self-worth comes from inside, then it's yours. And only you can take it away after. When we're wounded, we are lost. And because we're lost, we seek to find a way. And we often imitate somebody else's path, thinking that it will help us find the path to freedom. But other people's path are not yours. If we do take on other people's path, we end up living somebody else's life. And we wonder why we're unhappy. So you know that knot in your back? And I'm going to say knot, and say K-N-O-T, and knot, N-O-T are the same thing. So this is where that knot is, where the energy is stuck because of a perceived wound. And this wound makes us see in a negative way, a misperception that if we're going to be free, must be transmuted, must be transformed to free that energy that's stuck and it's creating that knot. So find the silver lining, find the unlearned lesson, take that lesson and place it under your feet guiding you forward. Or maybe you feel that this intense pain in your arm, this is where energy is flowing too much, where there's an event or an experience that had a very strong influence on how you perceive life and how you perceive others and also yourself. Again, there's a need to transform this perception we have so we can be liberated by this missing experience that we could have learned from. Just know that most days people go on day after day living in their wounds, which drains our valuable energy. And things like anxiety, fear, anger, regret, they all lead to us leaking our energy constantly. So when we heal, it fixes the holes that are leaking in our energy. And then we can start really living a life that's worth living, not just surviving, but thriving. So you're the lock, you're the key, you're the treasure. Sorry, mosquitoes are attacking me. So, what do you think of that? Does that make sense to you? Or is that just nonsense? Let me just put on my sunglasses so I can go back and continue on the walk. So yeah, I'm hoping that somebody watches this video, and every time I hope that whatever I say can spark that thing within you that can lead to the realization so you can free yourself. Because I want you to be free, and because I know that your freedom will lead to more of my own freedom. I understand that if you heal, it helps me heal. This is why it is so important to realize that I am you, you are me. We're all in this together. But what I do to you, I eventually do to myself. Got a big tree here. Okay. Hey. Alright, the two bicycles just went by. Looks like some, I would say, English. And by English I mean UK, England, by the accent. But hey, who am I? Doesn't matter at the end where they're from. We're all brothers and sisters anyways. So yeah. And if we can start being kinder to ourselves, that's another good place to start. We often forget when it comes to like compassion and empathy, not judging. We always apply it to other people. We say we shouldn't judge and be compassionate towards other people. But what about yourself? What about having compassion for your shortcomings or your lack of good judgment, or how that you might be stubborn, or how that you failed at something? And that leads me to a good point. I don't think we ever fail. I think every time that we don't get what we want, don't accomplish what we want. As a result, we learn maybe next time it'll work out better. The only time that we fail is when we stop trying. How are you doing? See, I know I don't have a lot of subscribers and I don't have a lot of people that watch my videos, but if you are somebody that watches and you can comment like Jean does, Jean pas de vin, hopefully you're well, j'espère t'es bien, Jean. So yeah, if you're somebody that has a YouTube account and you can comment, please do. I want to know how you're doing. I want to know what you think about what I'm saying. Is this all nonsense? Hogwash? And if you believe that, I understand. I was one of these people before. But now, after 25 years of exploring spirituality and philosophy, psychology, I've come to the conclusion that it is all real and it's all within us. Now, hopefully I'm not huffing and puffing too much. A little bit of a steep hill. Let's see, might not look that steep, but a little bit of a hill. And I'm almost 50 years old now. Still in good shape, I guess, for the most part. But yeah, walking is one reason why I do this, because it keeps me in shape. And I absolutely enjoy it. So yeah, if you have anything to say, say it. Maybe this will inspire somebody to, I don't know, do your own YouTube channel. Something like Jean Padvin Rocks. See here, like all the different spots. There's here, and also right here. It's an absolutely beautiful park. But an absolutely, I won't say it. I'll just say it's by Irving, and then stop at my qualities I was about to assign to Irving. But Marcel, they have done so much good. Yeah, they have. Yeah, they've taken over everything. Yeah, they've done so much good for themselves. But all this is pushing us to become more aware, to grow, to realize that we don't need anybody. Just need to connect with what's inside. That'll lead us. And if it leads you to Irving, okay, well, so be it. I hope not. Hopefully you find another direction. But hey, if this is really what you want to do, it might be just exactly what you need. All these birds singing. Absolutely beautiful. So it looks like the gimbal is working pretty well from the time that I've spent just looking at it. And I mean, I could spend much more time looking at it, but I probably banging some trees or something. Make a fool out of myself. Wouldn't be the first time. A bunch of roses here, multicolored. This is a really good picture right here. You got white, you got pink, light pink, and then almost like a purple or dark pink. See that? This is like almost like a cattail puffed up or something like that. Oh my god, I think it's some spider webs or something. They're all over it. Yeah. I bet it makes a really good nest for them. But yeah. To return back, I'd like to know how you're all doing. Hopefully you're like me and you're a summer person and you love the heat, and this is exactly what you've been waiting for. Look at this one here, same as that where the spider webs were. It's interesting. I think I just saw some lines at around 3240 or something. I'll have to check this video. This is a little pond. A lot of rocks, there's a car. I don't like putting camera towards people or a car, that way I don't know if they would not appreciate it. Although that we're in a public place, there's nothing really they can do. If you don't want to be seen, don't go in public. Right. Oh, red robin. Courageous. So, yeah, I'm hoping that everybody's taking care of each other, and I know it's getting a lot tighter financially for more people. And on that note, I want to just shout out to a guy, wanderbeard, on YouTube. I'm so proud of you for, first of all, that hike, and for the courage that you have for quitting that job you didn't like and traveling. And now he's got a big enough following now that I think that he will be able to just keep on traveling because of the people supporting him, which is absolutely amazing. I heard some shuffling here, so I'm gonna go here. So yeah, wanderbeard, your hike was quite something, and I want to tell you how far you've come, not just in distance, but you yourself, like personal growth. Although I haven't watched many of your earlier videos, but ever since you got into Central America, which is part of one of my big loves, I've been watching a lot of La Catillon, and very much appreciate what you have given for information and your sharing your experiences. I don't remember which one, something Laguna, something like that. I don't remember. Not San Pedro's, not St. Marcos. Another place where you had a $15 room that was so cute, and that pregnant cat that you helped out. It just shows that your heart. And I think wanderbeard is from Canada. I've looked into his videos a little bit, and I've seen Newfoundland. I'm wondering if that's where he's from originally or not. You probably won't be seeing this video, but hey, it doesn't matter. Still appreciate you. So take notes from what he did, and that dream that's in your heart is there for a reason. And how did he do it? Well, he shared a video where he sold, got rid, or threw out something every day. It's a minimalist tactic where you let go of things that are holding you back. It's not just a physical thing about letting go of physical things. You let go of things that we're attached to. And then when we have nothing that we're attached to because we don't have anything left, then we're free to move. You can move very freely at that point. Otherwise, every time that you want to go somewhere, you need to take taking your things with you. And that really complicates things. If you want to know what I'm talking about, plan a trip or go camping and see how much stuff that you pack in for a weekend camp. And then you'll understand how much stuff that we actually have. I say that because I went camping not long ago. We filled that car up to the brim. And yeah, we used a lot of the stuff. I mean, it was still nice to have, but there's so much stuff that we did not really even use, or that we could have gone without. But hey, that's all part of letting go, I guess. Attachments, right? If we can let go of attachments, then we start freeing ourselves. I'm stopping here because of bicycles. I'm almost at the end now anyways. Alright, I guess I'm going to keep on walking here. I'm almost at the end, like I said. So yeah, wanderbeard, how amazing, amazing, amazing. And there's other people coming, so I'm going to go and skip here in between the trees. That way I can avoid having to go back and forth between the trail and in the woods. I'm out in the wilderness now. Probably seeing things that you haven't seen before. Just like wanderbeard videos. Lacatillon is a place that is calling me. I'm not sure if this is going to be where my forever home is going to be, but the more I hear about it from people like wanderbeard and others, of course, it's not the first one, but I've watched some videos from Lacatillon area. It was like so amazing to see somebody so happy. I'm sure he's going to go back, maybe for good one day, and then you can start climbing these volcanoes at will, because you'll be totally transformed man. So okay, so here we are, we're at the end. We're getting close to, you must recall this area for people that watch. You can see a little bit of the building between the trees. So I love you all. I wish you deep realizations that transform your life, that totally change how you see the whole world, yourself, that you find who you are, and you realize that you are that treasure, and then you embody that treasure And then we basically, I don't remember the name of the prayer, but we become an instrument for God. Make of me an instrument of your peace. And with that, I wish you all peace. And until next time.